So lie down, and I'd like you to just take a internal gaze down through your body from the crown of the head to the feet. I'd like you to just notice which parts of your body, it does sound very simple, but just notice which parts of your body are connecting to the surface that you're lying on, and then which parts aren't. So the back of the neck, the back of the lower part of your spine, the back of your legs, your calves. And just consider, even though they're not on the ground, just consider the fact that they are also connecting to air. And then I want you to just consider the weight. So the weight of the skull on the mat, the weight of your shoulders, the weight of your rib cage, the weight of the back of the pelvis, the weight of the feet, the soles of the feet, as you just drop gently into the mat here. Okay. And then make any adjustments that you feel your body needs. And I want you to have your feet so they are hip joint width apart. So if you're to look at your thigh bones, then you're going to have a fist's width in between your thighs, in between your knees, roughly. And that will be a nice place for us just to start closing your eyes gently and breathe in and out through the nose. As you breathe in, notice where your body expands. Maybe it's your ribs only, maybe it goes into your belly. And then breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. As your body expands on the in-breath, just notice how your body softens and connects downwards a little bit as you breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. 2 more breaths. Breathe in, expand and soften, and again expand and soften. Bring the arms out to the side. Palms can be up or down, doesn't matter, but I want them to be sort of slightly on the diagonal. You're going to bring your knees over towards the front of the mat, eye gaze traveling over towards the back. And just notice any lengthening that happens in the side of the body. And then you're going to come over towards the back of the mat, eye gaze to the front. So slowly waking up the connections between the legs and the hips and the spine and the skull. Over to the front of the mat again. And to the back of the mat again. And then just this time when you do the last one, we're going to do each side. I want to put a little bit more pressure into the skull. And back. As if you're connecting your skull completely to the ground. And back. Now we're going to take the back leg and place it over the front thigh. So we're making a deeper cross of the legs now as we go over towards the front of the mat. You might find that your foot connects to the ground. You can slide the foot underneath and use that foot as a way to just encourage a little bit more depth and just sort of deep turning in or rotation in the spine. If you want to increase that length, you can press the lower leg, so that's sort of where the knee creases onto the shin, just to increase that length there. And then keep the cross of the legs as you come over towards the back of the mat, and then drop the eye gaze over to the front. Press the shin and downwards onto the calf, onto the outer edge of that front leg. Again, you can use that as your lever to just encourage length all the way down the side of the body. And back up. And then we're going to uncross the legs and recross the legs. So the front leg goes over the back leg now. Go towards the back of the mat this time. Foot connects to the floor, slides underneath the leg and just opening out the spine. So you might feel this down the outer seam of your body here. You might feel it across your pelvis or going up into your onto your back of your rib cage, and then come over towards the front of the mat, eye gaze towards the back, pressing down with that leg to increase the length down the side of the body. Good. And then back, uncross your legs, and just connect back into your body. Take an internal gaze and just notice where that goes. So I want you to take either your Pilates ball or a cushion and pop it underneath your bottom. So if you're using a cushion, you don't want the edge of the cushion to go fully up into your waist. So the majority of the cushion will be going out towards your legs. We're just giving a little bit of a ledge to the and lift to the hips. Okay, so you're going to lift the legs up now once the cushion is placed underneath the bottom. Okay, bring your arms up towards the ceiling as well. So your legs are in 90 degrees to your body, 90 degrees, and your shins are 90 degrees to your thighs. Okay, so you're in this slightly dying fly position. And then you're going to lengthen the back leg away. So the front leg stays bent, and then you draw the back knee back in. And again, using the same leg, lengthen away, come back, lengthen away, and back. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. And then we go to the front leg, lengthen away, and back, lengthen away. And just notice if there's any differences here. For me, this front leg always clicks over my hip. But if that's happening to you, 3 more, then just be curious about it. Don't worry too much if one side is different to the other. Unless there's acute pain, of course. Okay, so bring the knees in. Draw the thigh bones towards your body here. And then so your pelvis will lift up slightly. So you're going to draw it in, pelvis lifts gently as it's just with the movement of the legs to the body. And then we're going to come back up towards the starting position again. So knees bent, feet forwards, arms up towards the ceiling. Now this time, keeping the legs where they are, you're going to draw the arms towards the ears. Make sure as you bring your arms towards your ears, your hands and your arms don't collapse on the floor. They're still lifted. There's still a space between the arms and the floor. Your arms are spiraled, so your palms are facing inwards. Thumbs are down. You can lengthen and open up your arms, your fingers here as you open your arms. Now I want you to think about your armpits as you bring your arms back over towards the ceiling to the starting position. Reaching behind you, lengthening the arms. Also, I want you to keep your rib cage connected into your abdominals. So if you notice that your rib cage is drawing upwards a little bit, think about sliding the lower ribs down towards the navel a little bit more. Bring the arms up towards the ceiling and back. Let's do that 3 more times. Just opening up those armpits. Feel like you're closing your armpits like a clamshell. 2 and 1. Good. Now you're going to split the arms. You're going to keep the legs in the same position. Actually, if you've got your feet pointed, then flex your ankles, please. Bring your front arm towards your ears. Back arm is up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to split the arms. You're going to bring the back arm towards the ear, keep the front arm up towards the ceiling. And notice how your arms are. Make sure that your arms are spiraling inwards. As you come towards your ear, there's going to be a tendency for your arms to spiral outwards a little bit, or there might be. So just notice that. We're going to do one more on each side. Good. Okay, so now we're going to combine the legs and the arms. So point the toes now. You're going to back arm, front leg. So the opposite line. You're going to lengthen the arm and the leg away. And then you're going to bring it back, bring them both back in. Same arms, same opposite arm, opposite leg. And back. And again. And then we're going to go back arm, front leg 3 times. Good. And then we're going to flex the foot. And I want you to feel like you're sending your heel away. Really put pressure into that heel. And again, same opposite arm. You might want to draw a line from the fingertips towards the heel and switch the opposites. So you're really connecting in your mind's eye visually that length from your little finger across your body towards your heels. Okay, take your hands again onto your knees, bring your thigh bones towards you. Just let the pelvis lift gently. We're going to repeat those opposite arm and legs. So we're going to bring the arms back up, point the toes, open the ankles. When we open the ankles, it signals to the pelvis to open and soften as well. So front arm, back leg, point away with the foot, opening up that front arm towards the ear. Bring the arm in. And again, out we go. And back. And again. And then back arm, front leg. Out. In. Out. Remember to draw that line. Keep those ribs connected to the navel. And one more. Good. Now we're going to do both arms and legs together. So you're going to lengthen the legs away and arms away. Point the toes, reach the arms away, but keep the shoulders away from the ears. Come back in. And again, lengthen away. You might find that your legs want to go on a wide V, so feel free to do that. 3 more, pointing toes. Good. Breathe. 1 more. Now I want you to flex the ankles. So send the heels away. We're going to send those heels away. Good. In and away. In and away. In and away. In and away. Hold here, sending the heels away, arms away. Really press, 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 press. Sweep the arms around, bring the knees in. Good. Okay, so keeping the legs up, shins parallel to the ceiling, interlace the hands behind your head, widen the arms out, thumbs down the side of the neck. You've still got that cushion or the Pilates ball. If, for example, you've got the Pilates ball, you want to switch it for a cushion, welcome. It just means it's elevated with a little bit less wobbliness. So we're going to do some chest lifts here. You're going to bring the arms up towards the ceiling. So the elbows, you can see the elbows are out of your peripheral vision. You're going to draw the skull away from the neck. Your eye gaze travels from the ceiling towards the thighs. And then you're going to soften back. Just as your skull connects to the mat, you're going to come back up again. You're going to draw it up. So you're going to think about your rib cage turning towards your navel. So it's as if you've got wheels on the side of it. Good. And the lower ribs slide to the navel. So you're decreasing that connection. And then we're going to come up here. We're going to hold into this chest lift. And then we're going to lengthen the legs away and back in. Lengthen the legs away, press the head into the hands and the hands into the head. So you're not pushing your eye gaze, your chest, your chin forwards. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And in, come down, flex the feet. So this time we're going to do the chest lift move with the heel, pressing the heels away. So activating the back of the legs. So press the head into the hands and the hands into the head. Bring the elbows up so you can see them out the corner of your eyes. Draw yourself into the chest lift and lengthen the legs away. Send the heels away. Soften back down, bring the knees in. Push the heels away as you come up into the chest lift. And again. Good. And push through. And come up. Send the legs away. Now you're going to bring the legs in and away. Staying in the chest lift, static in the chest lift. Legs bent, knee bends in and away. In and away. In and away. Drop the feet down, drop the body down, open up the elbows. Take the cushion out from underneath you. We're going to go into an inversion. So we're going to go up and over with the legs, lifting the pelvis up. Okay, so it's a bit of a shoulder stand. Okay, so you can use your hands to push you up, but just go gently. You don't have to go all the way. Just see how your back is. But what I really want you to make sure that you do is always look up towards the ceiling. So I want you to avoid looking from side to side if you possibly can, okay? So bring your arms downwards so they're in a low V palm on the floor. Float the legs up so they are bent, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're just going to gently push with our fingertips and bring our thigh bones inwards and our pelvis comes up. Keep the knees bent. You can place the hands underneath the lower back, sort of top of the pelvis, lower back, fingertips coming up towards the ceiling. Good. Let the body be weighted in this position. Okay. And then gently and slowly lengthen the legs away. So you're still in quite a low leg, as in the legs are quite close to your face, but they're pointing away towards whatever's behind you. You're going to bend your knees and then you're going to come down by slowly allowing your hips to come down and then your feet to come down. Okay? If you have problems coming up, you can always just find a chair or a sofa or a stool or something just to help lift you upwards a little bit more. Okay, or you can just lie there with your feet upwards, up the wall. Okay, so we're going to do that again. So bring your legs up, bending the knees, shins are parallel to the ceiling. Send the fingertips into the floor and bring your hands behind your hips, knees bent again. So just have a play with lengthening your legs and then bending your knees so they're again 90 degrees. And lengthening the legs, bending the knees so they're 90 degrees. Lengthening the legs, bending the knees. Now flex the feet, do the same. Send the heels away. Notice what differences that has for you in your legs. Also perhaps there might be a shortening in the back. So this demonstrates how much impact our feet have on the rest of our body. Well, it can. Depends on where you are on the scale of flexibility, really. Okay, so lengthen the legs out, send the heels away, bottom still up in the air. Now point the toes and slowly draw the feet up the wall towards the ceiling. You're going to probably be having a little bit more weight in your hands. Flex at the hip thigh joint, bring the legs back. So really point your toes here. Activate the legs. Now, when you're bringing your legs up, I want you to imagine you're pressing up from the back of your legs, so the back of your thighs, upwards and back down. And again, press with the back of the thighs up and down. Now let's do that with flexed ankles. Slide those heels up the wall towards the ceiling. Imagine that you're walking on the ceiling or you're standing on the ceiling right now. Flex at the hips. And again, pressing that back of the leg up so you feel like you're standing on the ceiling. And back down. One more time. Bend the knees, slide the bottom down and roll up to seated. Take a moment here. Place your hands on your shins, knees bent. Lift up through the crown of your head. Bring your arms towards in front of you and your palms are towards each other. Good. And we're going to do some half roll downs here. So you're going to press downwards in your feet. You're going to encourage your pelvis to turn as your lower back starts to open as you roll down. And then you're going to come back up. And then you're going to press through the feet or the heels. Roll halfway down. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. And back up. Good. And again. So we're going to pause here for a moment. And we're going to lengthen the back arm away. You're going to continue to look forwards, reaching that back arm away. So your rib cage starts to spiral. And then you do the front arm, so it spirals in the opposite way. So you're rotating your thoracic spine here, but you want to keep quite soft in the lower part of the body. One more on each side. In the middle, curling back up. Send the knees away and just drop your body down. Just drape your body into the space that you've created, moving your knees away. And your soles are facing up to each other. Breathe into the back of the ribs here or any part of the spine that needs it. And then lift up, bring the knees in, arms back. We're going to do that again. You're going to press into your feet. You're going to roll backwards. Halfway, you're going to reach with the back arm, reach with the front arm. Stay looking forwards if you can. One more on each side. Come to the middle, lifting up, curling up, send the knees away, drop your body downwards. Breathe in, curl up, bring the knees forwards. We'll repeat again, arms up, thumbs up towards the ceiling, roll back halfway. Reaching forwards with the back arm and the front arm. Forwards with the back, forwards with the right. That's it, good. One more. And come together with the arms, sit up, send the knees away, drop down. Breathing up. Now we're going to come into half teasers. So that means that we're going to be lifting the legs up off the floor. So you're going to roll back down halfway. You're going to float one leg up. You're going to float the other leg up. You're going to see where you are. If you need to support yourself, place your hands behind your thighs, press the thighs into the hands. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. If not, bring your arms so they are in line with your shins or your shins in line with your arms. Breathe into the sides of the ribs. Drop the feet down, rolling back up, send the knees out to the side, drop down, lifting up, bring the arms up, and rolling backwards, opening up that lower spine, lift one leg, lift the other leg, lengthen the arms away. If you need to, bring your hands behind your thighs. If your hands are behind your thighs, you press the thighs into your hands rather than gripping with your fingers. That's it, good. Roll back up, and then you're going to send your knees away, dropping down. So this is first layer. We're going to bring the legs up so they lengthen them. The next one. So just see where that goes with your balance. We're going to roll back. Float one leg up, float the other leg up. Lengthen both the legs. Reach for the feet. Or you can have your hands behind your thighs if you need the extra support for now. Reach away. Good. Bend the knees, come up, send the knees away, roll down. Then you do 2 more like this, and then we're going to come and roll down onto the mat. So just get your bearings here. You're going to roll back. Float the legs up. Lengthen the legs away. Reach. And just notice how you're sitting in this hammock that you're creating with the back of your body. Good. Bend the knees in, send the knees away, curl back down. So this next one, rather than coming forwards, we're going to roll both our body down and bring our arms up towards our ears and our legs away. Okay, and then we're going to come back up like that. So you're going to roll back. You're going to float the legs up. You're going to reach those legs away. Reach, reach, reach. Now, you're going to, as you roll down, you're going to reach your legs away from you. You're going to roll down, bring your arms away. Sweep your arms out to the side. Curl your body up as if you're doing a chest lift. And then reach your legs up again. Amazing. And we're going to do that again. You're going to lengthen away. Bring the arms up towards your ears. Open out. Sweep your body up into that teaser, or you can bend your knees, or you can hold behind your thighs. And then one more. If you need to hold your thighs, curl up, bring your legs up, draw your hands behind your thighs here. Good, well done. Now cross your legs in front of you, come up to seated. Breathe in, just drop your eyelids down, drop your eye gaze down. Do one of your internal visual sweeps. Notice how your spine is seated now, drawing up and out of your hips. Okay, we're going to come onto our knees. So if you have sensitive knees, make sure that you've got a pad or a cushion or something underneath. Okay, or you just roll the mat up. And again, if this does test your knees, then please just be gentle with yourself. Don't feel like you have to do it. Okay, so we're going to come up into a high kneel. You can tuck your toes under, or you can have them flat, doesn't matter. Interlace your hands behind your head, and I want you to draw the skull up and away from the neck. So you're basically tractioning your skull up and away. You'll press the head into the hands and the hands into the head here. You can just about see your elbows. And we're just going to tip over to one side, letting the elbow drop down, and really feel like the top elbow, you're sending up towards the ceiling. You're drawing a line from the knee all the way up towards the elbow. Come on up and over. Send the second elbow up towards the ceiling, lengthening away. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, and then come up. And we're going to come over. This time, we're going to drop the hand down. We're going to lengthen the leg away. We're going to reach that top arm up towards the ceiling. Good. So make sure that your wrist is underneath your shoulder. Okay. So this will allow equal distribution of weight to go through your arm. And then we're going to lengthen the leg up, lifting the leg up. So you want to imagine that your puppeteer is pulling you up from the mid-thigh and down. So don't lift up from the knee, lift up from the mid-thigh. Or you can imagine that you're drawing a line with your leg as you reach up and down. And reach up to the ceiling with your arm too. Good. Now we're going to hold the leg here, flex the foot, bring the knee in, send that heel away. So imagine that you're pushing a really heavy block of a box of books or a block of cement or stone or rock or something, but something really heavy that you've got to put a lot of effort into it. So we're activating those leg muscles. Good. Keep your knee high. Don't allow it to drop down. Good. One more. Point the foot down, reaching up and over. So your leg is lovely out and long here. So just untuck your toe here if it's tucked. Sweep your body around and just let the supporting leg turn with you so you're not twisting your knee. Bring the arms up towards the ceiling and reach over your leg. Place your hands on the floor. So here you can reconfigure your lower support, your bent knee if needs be. Point and flex your foot here, opening out the back of the leg. Good. Point the toe, reach forward with the arms, and now move that lower leg, and then we're going to reach over to the other side. Hold onto the floor with that long leg, and then back. And we're going to do that again. You're going to reach over, 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 so you're really connecting in on that long side of the body. One more. And then we're going to turn towards that long leg again, reaching over our hips, coming forward, placing the hands wherever they end up, and then flossing the back of the leg by flexing and pointing the foot. Good, well done. And then we're going to come back up, turn and face the front, bend the knees, hands behind the head. So we're going to tip over and then back up. So we're going to go back to the beginning again. We're going to go to the other side now. Over and back up. So really think about the separation of your collarbones from the middle of your body as you do this. You want to think about length. So your elbows are leading the way. Good. And down. So now we're going to drop the hand down, lengthen the leg. Bring the arm up. So again, here you can have your foot tucked under, or you can have it just flat. It depends, entirely depends on what you want it to be. So press away from the floor with your hand. Make sure that your wrist and your shoulder are underneath each other as much as possible. So you've got an equal distribution of weight. Lengthen the leg up and down. So really think about lifting up from that middle of the thigh, or you're drawing the toe up the wall. Good. And don't be worried, or don't, just be curious if one side is different to the other. Flex the foot here, send the heel away, elevate it up. Then you're going to bring the knee in, press away, and in, press away. Avoid too much flexing of your back as you're doing this, bending in. If your thigh bone can only come in so far, then just be where you are today here. One more. Point the toe, up we come. Spiral your arms away, bring the arms up towards the ceiling. Reaching over with the fingertips, and then flex and point your ankle and your feet. Good. Couple more. And reach up, spiraling upwards. And then keeping that foot connected, reach over with the side and back up. Reach over and back up. Reach over and back up. And now spiral again away, bringing your arms down. And point and flex. your foot. Bringing yourself up and bring your knees down and be in this kneeling pose. So you can come down onto your knees if that's comfortable. You can always pop a cushion in between your heels and your hips, or you can sit cross-legged, or you can do this kneeling up, high kneel. We're going to do the arms. So you're going to reach the arms away. You're going to start to turn the arms, really small movements, small circles. And you want to imagine that you're making those circles happen from the joint of your shoulder and your upper arm. So lovely little circles. Reaching away with the fingertips, imagining that you are touching the walls. Maybe you can imagine that you're drawing circles with your fingers on the walls. And then you're going to reverse. Take a break when you need to. If you notice that your shoulders are drawing up towards your ears, then stop for a moment and just soften your shoulders. And then we're going to turn one arm. So this arm here is now turned upwards, so the palm is up towards the ceiling. This hand here, the palm is downwards, reaching away. And then you turn, so it's the opposite way now. So I always imagine that I'm wringing my arms out like I'm wringing a wet cloth out, trying to get as much of the water out of it as possible. So really turning those arms. The other thing that I do is I consider that I'm moving my arms in like loop. So it's really hard for me to do that. And what we're doing here is by visualizing that movement, our brain actually thinks that that's what we're doing. So we can actually build lean muscle through that visualization and this actual movement. Sounds mad, but studies show it works. And a lot of athletes actually imagine what they're doing for at least sort of 20% of their training. So visualization really works. Good. Couple more. And then bring your arms up so they are bent at the elbow inwards, and we're going to squeeze those elbows in and then back to the beginning point. Squeeze the elbows in. So again, imagine that you're squeezing something really thick and sticky or hard to squeeze, like a bit of really dense foam. You're really trying to move as much as you can out into it, moving your arms, squeezing your arms into it. Good. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Hold here and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the arms out, circle the shoulders. Take the cushion away and then just come onto your feet and come into a low squat here. Just send your elbows into your inner thighs just to give your feet this connection across the whole of the sole of the foot. If, like me, you like to roll inwards onto your big toe, then consider the outer edge of your foot. And you can do that by pressing the arms inwards towards your thighs, and then you can maybe take the arms out, really drawing a line down the outer edge of your foot. Good. And then let's just rock from side to side, lifting one heel and then the other, still maintaining that space. And then bring the hands down, lengthen the legs, Spiral your feet and heel toe them in so they are hip joint width apart. Press into your feet, especially the outer edges. Lift up from the insteps. Draw a line from the insteps all the way up the inner thighs to the front of the body, to the crown of the head. Take a moment here as you're standing. Gently drop your eyelids. And breathe. And just take another internal gaze. Just another final internal gaze. And just from your feet, draw yourself upwards to the crown of your head and notice spaces or changes or differences within your body. Breathe one more time. And there you are.